Assignment, not assignment. I asked you to find the reason for a particular option. How many people identified the reason and what are correct answers? Whether my answers are correct or not, I hope you can decide. Yes, sir, these answers are correct. Yes, friends. Okay, my answers are correct or not. I didn't execute yesterday this one, but yes. What is the reason for that? What is the reason for that? Okay, here just take a bit very special care. Yes, Swarup, correct. Okay, so do you know the people who aware exception handling? There is one concept is there named with checked exceptions, unchecked exceptions, checked exceptions and unchecked exceptions. I hope there is most of the people are having basic idea about this part. Checked exception and unchecked exception. Sir, there is unchecked exceptions, like there is a concept is there. Okay, anyway, in exception handling I will discuss in detail, but before, compulsory you people should aware checked exception and unchecked exception. Okay, you should have clarity among these. Remember this, of course. Here, if you consider our diagram of Java exception hierarchy. So do you know throwable is there? Throwable class contain two child classes. One is exception class, the second one is error class. Error class, remember. Next term, under exception, we have runtime exception is there. Under exception, we have runtime exception is there. Next term, interrupted exception is there. IO exception is there. Okay, interrupted exception, IO exception. Okay, like in multiple exceptions are there. Under runtime exception, under runtime exception, do you know arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, null pointer arithmetic exception? Next, null pointer exception, like multiple child classes are there. Just a very basic idea. The remaining people, sir, now among these things, do you know which are checked and which are unchecked? As of now, just aware runtime exception and its child classes, error and its child classes are unchecked. Remember a bit very carefully, sir. Yes, sir, this part, runtime exception and its child classes, runtime exception and its child classes. Next, error and its child classes are unchecked. Unchecked, sir, except that all the remaining things are checked exceptions. Just a basic idea. So exception is a checked exception, IO exception is a checked exception, interrupted exception is a checked exception. Remember this one, sir. So except the runtime exception and its child classes, error and its child classes, sir, all the remaining are by default considered checked exceptions, right? Okay, remember that. Remember, just aware in exception handling we will discuss in detail. Don't worry at all, sir. Okay, sir, here a runtime exception and its child classes, exception and its child classes are checked exceptions. I mean are unchecked, except that the remaining things by default considered as unchecked exceptions, right? Now my question is, yes, observe our example. In our example, I use IO exception. Is it checked or unchecked? Please confirm. I use IO exception, checked or unchecked? According to our discussion, checked. Exception, checked. Arithmetic exception, unchecked. Interrupted exception, unchecked. Sorry, checked. Interrupted exception, checked. Now only arithmetic exception is the unchecked, right? Now here just observe the here interrupted exception, IO exception are child classes of exception. Okay, but there is no relation between this one and this one. Interrupted exception is the different exception, IO exception is the different exception, right? There is no relation at all. Remember, right? Okay, so now related to overriding, in the oops concept related overriding, there is one important point is there. What is that important? What is that important conclusion? There is one important point or conclusion is there. What is that point is? Now observe very carefully about this one. So in overriding, okay. So overriding. So interface and implementation class. This concept is also purely considered as overriding only. Remember, sir, this one under this concept also purely considered as overriding, because we are implementing means non-abstract method. We are overriding as a non-abstract method. Yes, in overriding, if a child class method, throws any checked exception, if a child class method throws any checked exception, compulsory parent class method should throw, compulsory parent class method should throw the same checked exception or its parent, the same checked exception or its parent. Remember this one, sir. So in overriding, if a child class method throws any checked exception, compulsory parent class method should throw the same checked exception or its parent. Remember this one, sir. Sir, just this line is very important even in OOPS concept also, related to OOPS questions also. You in the overriding, yeah, related to this point, you will see multiple questions. Yes, observe carefully. Can you please? If a child class method throws any checked exception, compulsory parent class method should throw the same checked exception or its parent. Remember this one. So that is a child class method throws a keyword applicable either parent class checked exception or its child classes, right? Okay. Any doubt about this line? Don't get confused, please. If you are having any confusion, please let me know. Yes, friends. Can you please confirm? Any doubt about this one? Of course. Yes, any doubt about this one? Can you please confirm? In overriding, if a child class method throws any checked exception, compulsory parent class method should throw the same checked exception or its parent. Remember it, of course. Now, here just based on this point, now observe this one. So here, this is about my code. This is my code. Okay, here this is my code. In the child class, now I'm taking first option. Now I'm trying to take first option. I'm trying to take, sir. Now observe carefully. Now my first option is at line 1 in the child class. Can I take this method or not? This is the first doubt. Okay, this is the first one. Can you please confirm? Is it acceptable or not? Is it acceptable or not? What is our rule? Better to read twice or thrice. Then you people can feel more comfortable. Sir, in overriding, if a child class method throws any checked exception, compulsory parent class method should throw the same checked exception or its parent. If the child class method doesn't throw any checked exception, then we are not required to worry. Okay, like next, there are no restrictions. There are no restriction for unchecked exceptions. There are no restrictions for unchecked exceptions. Remember this one, sir. In overriding, if a child class method throws any checked exception, compulsory parent class method should throw the same checked exception or its parent. There are no restrictions for unchecked exception. Unchecked exception, parent can throw, child can throw, no issue at all. Perfectly, it is going to work. Okay, remember right? Now let me execute. Let me go for this one. Sir, here take a bit very special care about this one. Now my question is, public void M1 throws IO exception like that. So child class method doesn't throw any checked exception. then we are not required to worry whether parent is throwing or not throwing. So perfectly, this one is acceptable. Now, if you want, let me compile this code here. Just let me compile this code, sir. I'm taking Java C test.java. So don't keep any doubt at all. Perfectly, the code is going to be compiled fine. 1 minute, 1 minute. There is just one problem with respect to IO exception. Import statement must be required. Import java.io.io exception. Okay, like this line is just import, because we are using IO exception. We are using IO exception, but we didn't import that. That's why. Okay, don't worry. It is not part of our concept. Okay, assume that in the exam, assume import statements are available already. Okay, now have a look once, sir. Java C test.java, perfect. So we are not seeing any compile error at all. So means this implementation is the valid, no problem at all. Now second one I'm taking. So option A is the perfect. Next the second option I'm taking, sir. Now have a look once. Now have a look once, sir. Sir, this is about public void M1 throws IO exception like this I'm taking. Can you please confirm, is it valid or not? Why respond? Is it valid or not? Sir, here if you observe, what is our rule? What is our rule? If a child class method throws any checked exception, compulsory parent class method should throw the same checked exception or its parent. Should throw the same checked exception or its parent. This is. So child class method throws IO exception. Compulsory parent class method should throw the same IO exception or its parent. Okay, let me consider this parent. This parent throws exception. Boss, it is the parent. So this one is acceptable. Yes, it is a valid implementation only. Next, here throws IO exception. IO exception is the same exception. Yes, for this also this implementation is going to be satisfied. That's why. So this one is also acceptable. We never going to get any error at all. Beautiful point. Here observe carefully. Yes, we are not seeing any error. Next, third one, sir. Okay, third one. This is the third. Okay, now third one may be, yes, not maybe. Compiler is ready to give left and right. What is the reason? Can you please tell why the problem is going to come? Okay, right implementation, there is no problem at all. Right implementation, no problem at all. Because, sir, here exception, here also exception, no issue at all. But what is our rule? What is our rule? If a child class method throws any checked exception, compulsory parent class method should throw the same checked exception or its parent. Should throw the same checked exception or its parent. But here, child class method throws parent exception, but parent class method throws a child exception, which is invalid. We have to reverse this, which is invalid. That's why the problem here is, with respect to left, it is not proper implementation. Okay, now have a look once. Compiler is ready to give left and right. Okay, now what is that error? M1 in test cannot implement M1 in left. Have you observed the problem with the left only? There is no problem with the right. Okay, what is the reason for the overridden method does not throw exception? Overridden method means parent class method. Parent class method doesn't throw exception. Remember this one. Parent class method doesn't throw exception. So this is overridden means parent. Parent class method doesn't throw exception. That's why the problem is coming. Okay, now here third one is not there in our answers list. Sir, now D I'm trying to take, sir. Can you please tell either D is valid or invalid? Please confirm. D is valid or not? Oi, Bhaskar, D is valid or not? Yes, valid. What is the reason for that is? What the reason is? Sir, as per our diagram, okay, runtime exception and its child classes, error and its child classes are unchecked. Runtime exception and its child classes, error and its child classes are unchecked. Except these remaining things are checked. Except these remaining things are checked, sir. Except these remaining things are checked. Okay, so for unchecked, no restrictions at all. Bhaskar, remember, arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, or child classes of runtime exception which are unchecked. For unchecked exceptions, no restrictions. We remember, sir, here there are no restrictions for unchecked exceptions. Clear, right? Now, here child class method throws unchecked exception. Array, if the child class method throws any checked exception, then I have to worry. If the child class method throws any unchecked exception, why I have to worry? Happily the code. Okay. Now just I'm trying to take. Let me compile this code. Perfectly the code is going to compile. Don't keep any doubt at all. Yes, friends, that's all. So clear for all of you, right? Any explanation is required? Okay, so this is next. Observe that carefully. What is the last one, sir? Public void throws interrupted exception. Sir, dangerous point. Dangerous point. Public void throws interrupted exception. Public void throws interrupted exception. Now observe this a bit very carefully. Invalid. Invalid. Because interrupted exception is the checked exception. Checked exception. Now the with respect to right, what is our rule, sir? If a child class method throws any checked exception, compulsory parent class method should throw the same checked exception or its parent. Okay, with respect to right, no problem at all, because it is the child, it is the parent. Array parent class method throws parent only, child class method throws a child only, no issue at all. Next, the problem with the left only. Okay, left throws IO exception. Left throws IO exception. So here it throws interrupted. So what it is the new exception. It is the new checked exception. So this interrupted exception doesn't throw by left interface M1 method. That's why this one is invalid. So the problem is with respect to left. This is so this method is not implementing left interface method. Now observe a bit very carefully about this terminology, right? What is the answer we are going to get? Immediately error we are getting. Doesn't throw overridden method, doesn't throw interrupted exception. This is the error we are going to get. Can you please confirm any doubt about this terminology? Respond, friends. Any explanation is required? So which answers are correct? A, B, D. So this point why I'm bringing to the beginning. Actually this is the point related to oops concept related to what exception handling. But still why I'm bringing this concept is the most valuable important point for the exam. Remember that multiple questions you can expect based on this point. So, but anyway, keep this point in your mind very strongly. If the child class method throws any checked exception, compulsory parent class method should throw the same checked exception or its parent. Compulsory parent class method should throw the same checked exception or its parent. Remember this one. This is but no restrictions for unchecked exceptions. Swarup answer is correct. Clear, right? Any doubt? All these loopholes are there related to only, do you know, interface naming, method naming conflicts. We started somewhere. Interface method naming conflicts. So in some cases, it is impossible to resolve. I told already, right? It is impossible to resolve. Best example, here you can't implement yes, these two interfaces simultaneously. But so it is impossible to implement both interfaces simultaneously, and it's always compile time error. Okay, like next there is one concept, covariant return type concept came in the 1.5 version. Okay, just I told some examples already there. Okay, now my next thing, method variable naming conflicts, variable naming conflicts I want to discuss. Okay, like interface variable naming conflicts. Just I want to talk about this one. Very dangerous deep level knowledge and remembering is a bit difficult. Nothing A small point, man, why you are unable to remember what there inside? So kids also can remember Swarup. Don't feel it's a difficult. if you feel it is difficult, it's always difficult. If you feel it is easy, let it remember, then everything will become easy. Just based on simple our attitude only. Simply based on our attitude only, the things are going to work. Yes, remember, just we should not use difficult, next sad, problem, such type of words we should not use in our life. Hare, everything is the problem. Then his life is total problems only. Hare, nothing happy. Then his life is always happy. Because small things will come. We can solve. Why we have to worry about each and every problem? Okay. So don't use the words difficult, problem, very sad. These type of words we should not use. We should not remember. There is one. Do you know? There is one saying is there somewhere in the social media. Is a beautiful saying, sir. Do you know? If the doctor is going to give uh, tablet, usually the tablet we won't eat, correct, right? We won't eat, we will what we call mingata nemantam, what that in English, what is the word? Mingata, swallow or something like that. We will tablets swallow, right? Yes, okay. So tablets usually we will swallow. Okay, we will swallow. What here we won't eat. Okay, manam etla ante manam pallato with our teeth we won't eat tablets. Why? What is the problem? If I eat the tablets, or if I what we call with my teeth, or otherwise if I chew, what will happen? Can you please stop? What is the problem? Correct, Bhaskar. We are not we won't chew, or we won't bite the tablets. Okay, what is the reason? Because most of the tablets are always bitter in taste, correct, right? Bitter in taste. Okay, then we may get sometimes maybe we may get vomiting also, if most of the. So that's why what we have to take, compulsory we have to what we have to eat, we have to take tablet, just we have to swallow tablet, that's all. Okay, our tongue should not touch that tablet. Okay, our tongue should not touch that tablet, because it is always bitter in the taste, correct, right? Yes, usually everyone is doing the same. I hope in your life, if hundreds of times you took some tablets or something, like everyone at least a few times, everyone having the experience. So from this, one good lesson one person told. Okay, so here, do you know what that person told is, so this one is going to provide a beautiful what we call lesson. Okay, suppose if I will give mango, then what you are going to do? Are you going to eat mango, or are you going to swallow mango? Can you eat mango or swallow? What you will do, sir? We will eat, we will enjoy each and every piece of that mango. Okay, so in the mouth only, just we will eat very pleasantly, happily we can eat. We never going to swallow, because we have to taste that mango. Mango is the very good taste. Now observe a bit very carefully, sir. So if in our life the problems, sad, very bad situations, some are there, problems are there, whatever the bad situations we faced in our life, we never allowed sir to tell. Okay, we never allowed to tell. So those things should be swallowed just like tablets. Remember this one. But happy moments are there in our life. Remember that, just like mango, happy moments are there in our life. those are things only we have to memorize. Remember, right? Okay, bitter things in our life we have to swallow. We should not tell like if happiest moments are there in our life, then we have to tell, we have to remember those things. Remember that. Okay, so our life will become very happy. Okay, if you keep on talking about your bitter experiences, bitter problems, your life also will become bitter only. Remember that. Good example. Somewhere I saw this one. Okay, so just observe this. Okay, now, so Swarup, now the concept is easy concept or difficult concept? Is this overriding rule is the easy or difficult? Don't tell difficult. It's very easy. Okay, like now just observe carefully the next important point. Interface variable naming conflicts. Okay, what is the meaning of variable naming conflicts? Very simple, sir. Sir, do you know two interfaces can contain a variable with the same name? Array, two interfaces are there. Okay, first interface contain int x is equal to 888. Int x is equal to 888 is there. Or string s is equal to left arm taking. String s is equal to left arm taking. So here in the right interface also, string s is equal to right like this I'm taking, sir. So left and right is there, right? Now my question is, okay, in the implementation class, public static void main string array args. Now I'm trying to system.out.println. Here just observe that system.out.println. Okay, yes, I'm trying to take. Can you please tell, is it valid or invalid? Yes, friends, is it valid or invalid? Respond. Is it valid or invalid? This one is invalid because the problem is so it is left having s variable, right is also having s variable, then system.out.println of yes. So consider the following code. What is the output we are going to get, sir? Okay, here what is the result? Okay, what is the result? Like this I'm taking. Now the answer is, okay, left because left came first, but the answer is right because right came last. Okay, see, compilation fails. Okay, D option, an exception is thrown at the runtime. Okay, like, sir, can you please confirm among all these things, which is the correct answer, sir? The correct answer is answer C. Okay, compilation fails. What is the reason? What is the reason for that? The reason for that is, do you know, it is always because S is available from both. Which is ambiguity problem? Reference to S is ambiguous. Like we will get ambiguity problem. Now observe that. What is the compile time error we are getting? Yes, okay, reference to yes is ambiguous, okay, because this variable available in both interfaces things got matched. That's why here we are going to get the problem right. So now if two interfaces contain a variable with the same name, then in the implementation class we can't access it directly because ambiguity problem will come in the picture, sir. Okay, like this is. Now, how you can solve these problems? Okay, how you can solve this problem? Yes, there is a way. So, if it is the method naming conflict, it is impossible to solve. There are some cases are there. It is impossible to solve if it is the method naming conflict. If it is the variable naming conflict, then it is possible to solve. Remember this one, sir. It is possible to solve because how you can just observe that. If two interfaces contain a variable with the same name, then in the implementation class we can't access directly. Then in the implementation class we can't access directly. directly. Otherwise, we will get compile time error. Otherwise, we will get compile time error because of ambiguity, because of ambiguity problem, and because of ambiguity problem, because of ambiguity problem. So we should access by using interface name. We should access by using interface name, because the reason is, do you know these are static variables, right? These are every variable present inside interface is always static. Every variable present inside interface is always static. That's why these are static variables, right? That's why string s is equal to left, string s is equal to right. Okay, like I'm taking now, instead of s, what I will take is, okay, here here just I'm trying to take s dot left, s dot left, s dot right. Sorry, left dot yes. Next, right dot yes. I'm trying to take right dot yes. Now perfectly, okay. This one is going to work, sir. Left dot yes, right dot yes. Okay, perfectly. This one is going to work. If I comment this line, then definitely. So in the first case we will get left. In the second case we will get right. I don't think it is a big new point. Just anyway, just you should aware, because maybe a chance to ask in the exam. Okay, left and right. Are you in the position to understand, right? Yes, friends. Okay, here just line 1 just for that. So line 2 I'm taking the same example only. Line 3 I'm trying to take, sir. Line 3 like this I'm trying to take. Okay, now my requirement is here 1 minute, sir. Int x is equal to 888, int y is equal, int x is equal to 888, int y is equal to 999. Just I'm changing the variable beyond that, nothing, sir. Here x, next x, that's all. So not required to keep the same. If the interface contains the same string value, even same string value also we will get error. Here because of the name we are getting error, not because of value. Pascal, getting right? Okay, just here just observe carefully, right? Sir, among these, which line causes compile time error? Okay, in this consider the following code. Which line causes compile time error? Which line causes compile time error? Okay, like sir, only line 1, line 2, line 3, like I will take, sir. Sir, what may be the answer in this case? Okay, forget about all the remaining changes. I will do that. Sir, only line 1 causes compile time error. Line 3 now. Only line 1 causes compile time error. Left dot x, right dot x, perfectly valid, right? Left dot x, right dot x. What is the problem with that? Perfectly, these things are valid. Only line 1 causes compile time error. There is no x in right. Oh, sorry, yeah. Sorry, x, both variables are x only. Both are x. If it is the different, then where is the problem? Nothing. Any doubt? Okay, that's all. This is about the interface variable naming conflicts. Interface variable naming conflicts and the interface method naming conflicts, like you should aware, sir. Okay, now next thing what I have to discuss for you people, right? Okay, so that's all. Almost do you know declarations and access modifiers got completed, friends? Okay, nothing is there in the remaining. Just that's all. These are the things what you people should aware. But related to interface methods, related to these things, you can get a number of questions for the exam sake. Remember that. So import statement, import statement, yes, import statement we have. Import statement, abstract modifier. Next and after that interfaces. From this area, you people are going to get n number of questions for the exam. That's why please give special concentration about abstract class, interface, like these kind of things. Almost beautifully we covered each and every point related to that interfaces concept. Okay, can I go for next subtopic? Okay, can I go for next subtopic? Yes, friends. Okay, just wait for a minute. So related to interfaces, I hope you are not having any doubt at all. Okay, now just there are small concept I want to introduce for you people. Okay, very important concept. Okay, what that concept is, just Vishnu is asking. Yes, if yes does not conflict with inherited variable in child class. Yeah, Vishnu's doubt is, if the parent class and child class contain a variable with the same name, is it possible or not? Yes, just like a method of overriding. So variable overriding is going to be happen, but that concept is called shadowing. Remember that. So we are not having any conflict at all. So on the child reference, if you are accessing a variable, then the child variable will come. On the parent reference, if you are accessing a variable, then the parent variable will come. Vishnu, get the point? Yes, Vishnu. Okay. Now the next thing I want to talk very important point for you people. Just aware default methods concept. Okay, because you are planning for Java 8 version, Java 11 version, compulsory enhanced features also you should aware, friends. Default methods concept, sir, which came default methods in interfaces. Default methods in interfaces, which version feature Java 1.8 version feature. This is the new feature what we have. Okay, this is the new feature, right? Okay, default methods. So most of the people having wrong perception about the default methods. Why these default methods came in the picture, sir? So do you know, until 1.7 version, every method present inside until 1.7 version. Remember this, until 1.7 version, 7 version, every method present inside interface is always public and abstract, whether we are declaring or not. Okay, until 1.7 version, every method present inside interface is always public and abstract, whether we are declaring or not. Okay, remember this one. Next, similarly, every variable declared inside interface, every variable, this is about methods. Okay, methods are public and abstract, whether we are declaring or not. So similarly, every variable declared inside interface is always public, static, and final. Of course, in up to Java 11 also same, there is no difference at all. But here there are multiple changes came. So in Java 8 version, from Java 8 version onwards, okay, we can declare concrete methods also in inside interface. From 1.8 version onwards, we can declare concrete methods. We can declare concrete methods also inside interface. Concrete methods also inside interface. Okay, concrete methods also inside interface. So which are default, we can declare default concrete methods inside interface, friends. Remember this one. we can declare default concrete methods inside interface. Okay, like what is the purpose and why these things came in the picture, that part I will discuss. Don't worry at all, sir. Default concrete methods happily we can take inside interface, and these methods also known as defender methods. Are you getting right? What is the word? Defender methods, also known as defender methods. Remember, sir, what is the meaning of defender? Anyone? General English meaning I'm asking. What is the general English meaning of defender? Please confirm. Yo, open the dictionary and at least try to find. Defender, to defense. Defender means, do you know the person who is going to save? Are you getting? Defender means the person who is going to save. Okay, like yes, save. That person is called a defender. Okay, so defender means saver, the person who is going to savior is by default considered the defender. Right? Now my question is here, just observe these methods also known as defender methods, right? Okay. Next, so why the word defender, that part I will discuss. First, you should be aware. Okay, what is the default method? How you can declare default method? Very simple, sir. We can declare default method with a default keyword. Remember this one. Most of the people are going to feel a default modifier, but the default modifier is the different, default keyword is the different. Remember that, right? Okay, if I declare a method with the default, don't feel that it is the default modifier. No. Default keyword explicitly we are using. Somewhere inside the switch statement we use a default or not. Inside the switch of x, okay, like case 1, like case 2, like at last we are going to take a default, correct or not? So here default I use it just like a keyword, don't feel it is the default modifier. No, default modifier is the different, default keyword is the different. Same way here we can declare methods with the default keyword. Such type of methods are called default methods. Remember, right? Okay, default void m1 like this I'm taking. Now system.out.println, just this is the default method, right? System.out.println, it is the default method. Remember, right? Of course, what is the purpose and so on, we will discuss in detail. You are not required to worry at all. Friends, are you in the position to understand what is the meaning of default method? I mean, how to declare default method, right? So now just observe that. observe that here interface I'm taking, interface I'm taking here default void m1. Okay, system.out.println, this is default method. It is the default method, like this I'm taking, sir. Now take a bit very special care about this one, sir. Now interface default method, okay, by default available to the implementation class. Interface default method by default available to implementation class. Okay, tester t is equal to new tester. Tester t is equal to new tester. T dot m1 I'm taking. T dot m1. Tester t is equal to new tester. T dot m1. Perfectly, this one is valid. Don't keep any doubt at all. Are you getting perfectly? This one is the valid. Don't keep any doubt at all, sir. Yes, valid. Happily, the code is going to work. So, interface default methods by default available to the implementation classes. Remember this one, sir. Like by default available to the implementation class. If the implementation class want, then it is allowed to use. No problem at all. Friends, how to declare default method? Next, how you can call default method inside in the child classes or not? Any doubt about this one? Can you please confirm? Okay, well, now, sir, internal reason why these methods came. Okay, this part I want to discuss for you people, right? Now, internal reason. Just take very special care. This one is the very important, sir. Default methods, also known as, what is the other word? Just now I told. What is the other word? Other word? Defender methods. Okay, are virtual extension methods. Remember that. Virtual extension methods. Virtual extension methods. Default methods also known as defender methods or virtual extension methods. Sir, why these default methods concept came in the 1.8 version? If you know the reason, really it is a two good features, sir. What is the reason for that is, just observe this one. I have one interface is there. Now listen very carefully, sir. I have one interface is there, sir. Now this interface implemented by, I have some interface is there. In this interface, almost around 10 methods are there. 10 methods are there, sir. Assume that this interface, sir. If I have interface, how many implementation classes are there? Can you please confirm? Please, how many implementation classes are there? For the interface, usually how many implementation classes are there? Any number. Suppose here, assume that, sir, there are multiple implementation classes are there. Okay, 100 implementation classes are there, sir. Class test one, implements interf. Then assume that how many methods compulsory this person should provide implementation? 10 methods. He should provide implementation compulsory. Okay, he should provide implementation for 10 methods. Next time after that I'm taking test 2. Okay, assume that the test 2 again 10 methods. Like now here I'm taking, okay, assume that the test 100, like this I'm trying to take test 100, like 100 implementation classes are there. But every implementation class provided implementation for the 10 methods. So, sir, first year almost 100 implementation classes are there. Second year 1000 implementation classes are there for this interface. Next, fourth year 10,000 implementation classes are there. Okay, like as age of this interface increases, now number of implementation classes keep on increasing. Any doubt? Yes, friends. Are you in the position to understand, right? As the number of, the age of interface is increases, the number of implementation classes keep on increasing. Now take very special care about this technology. What is the point here is, observe carefully, right? What is that important conclusion is, sir, here, the age increases, the number of implementation classes keep on increasing. Now, as of now, 10,000 implementation classes are there. Okay, interface contain how many methods? Please confirm. Interface contain how many methods? Only 10 methods. Tomorrow, I thought that I want to add the 11th method. Tomorrow, I want to add the 11th method. If I add the 11th method to the interface, all these 10,000 classes are going to be affected or not? Can you please confirm? Yes, all these 10,000 classes are going to be affected or not? Yes, affected. If 10,000 classes are required to change just because of adding a method, then it's a very complex. No one is going to do such a type of thing. That's why, because you can't add a new method. If you add a new method, all the implementation classes are going to be affected. That's why once you define interface, that interface is the final. You are not allowed to add some new method. So it is always a restriction to Java. Okay. Now what the Java people did is, array, so tomorrow requirements keep on changing. We may require to add some new methods also. But if I add any new method, all the implementation classes are going to be affected without affecting implementation classes. Is there any way to add the new method to the interface? Like Java people thought, then they introduced default methods concept. Remember this one, sir? Then they introduced default method. The biggest advantage of default method, if I add a default method, is there any effect on the implementation classes? If I place a default method, is there any effect on the implementation class? Default method having already implementation class is not required to do any extra thing. So without affecting implementation classes, how we can add new methods to the interface? For this purpose, okay, for this purpose, this default methods concept came. Default methods are going to save us, okay. Remember, it acts as a savior to the implementation classes. Array, I'm adding something. Don't worry, you are not required to do anything. Just await this update, that's all. Yes, friends. Are you in the position to understand what is the need of default methods concept in the Java 8 version? Really beautiful concept. Really beautiful concept. So now, if really default methods concept is not there, then in Java these many new features you can't expect that. Because best example, streams concept is there. Streams concept is there, sir. I want to get a stream. I want to get the stream. So in Java 8, Java 8, do you know, I have interface collection is there. Interface collection is there. In the interface collection, so here a new method came, stream method came, sir. A new method came, okay, default stream, like now streaming capability is available for every collection. Okay, suppose if this concept is not there, if you are not allowed to add stream concept to the collection, then the collections concept is going to be a beautiful streaming concept, right? That's why. So this concept play very important role at the API level. Now any interface you can add some new methods, no problem at all. So array from my childhood onwards I am learning servlet interface contain 5 methods only. Collection interface contain 12 methods only. Okay, because you can't add a new method. If you add the new method, then all the implementation classes are affecting. The solution for that is default methods concept, which came in 1.8 version. Now onward, collection interface doesn't contain 12 methods. Yes, several default methods are there. Next, tomorrow, servlet interface may not contain 5 methods. It may contain 7 or 8 methods because they may add some new default methods concept without affecting our implementation classes. Yes, friends. So if any person is asking what is the purpose of default method, simple answer you have to tell, sir. The main advantage of default method is, what is the main advantage? The main advantage of default methods is okay, without affecting implementation classes, we can modify. Without affecting implementation classes, we can add new methods to the interface. Remember this one, to the interface. This is a beautiful concept. This concept is a backward compatibility. This is what backward compatibility. Array, if tomorrow any changes are there, we are not required to do any updations in the implementation classes. Such type of thing is called backward compatibility. This is the main purpose of default methods. Any doubt? Everyone got the position to understand what the need of default method? Why it is the defender method or why it is the savior method? It saves. Do you know what we call implementation classes? That's why. Next, here there is implementation class. If it is required, it can use, or otherwise it can override also, no problem at all. Sir, here just default void m1. If the implementation class want as it is, it can use, or otherwise it can override. Array, I'm not satisfied with this default implementation because it's the dummy implementation only. I want to provide this M1 service. Okay, I want to provide this M1 service to my class. Okay, now how you can override public void? This is test implementation. Like this I'm taking, sir. Test implementation. Okay, like so now can you please tell, is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? Yeah, remember this one. So most of the people by mistake they are taking, array here default is there. That's why I want to override. While overriding, they are trying to take a default. No, default keyword is applicable only for interface. If we, while overriding, we should not use a default. We require to use public. Okay, now have a look once about this. Happily the code compiles fine. Happily the code compiles fine. Next, what the answer we are going to get? Yes, test implementation. Friends, any doubt? Okay, so that's all this is. So by mistake, if I'm taking default, can you please tell? Sorry, can you please tell what will happen? Immediately compile time error we are going to get. Okay, modifier default not allowed here. Modifier default is not allowed here. Okay, like immediately compile time error we are getting. So this is you should not implement, you should not override default method as the default only. Compulsory we should use public here. So what compile time error? Error modifier default not allowed here. Okay. So scope cannot be reduced. Yeah, because parent class method is already public. Interface method is already public. That's why compulsory we should use public only. Yeah, Swaroop, they didn't change. They didn't change. Still, they are considering it is the modifier, but just for understanding sake. But still, default their intention it should not modify. Okay. Default is just keyword. Default keyword not allowed here is the more meaningful than modifier default not allowed here. We have to update to the Oracle people. Saying, can you please change this compile time error? Okay, it is not meaningful because modifier default is meaningless. Here you require to use what default keyword not allowed here. That will be the more meaningful statement. Clear, friends? If I can take if I can take public, can you please tell is it valid or not? Yes, itself is valid, no problem at all. Okay, like clear, right? Can I go for next one? Bhaskar, yes, whenever you are using default method means compulsory implementation is there. It is not abstract method. It is not abstract method. If it is the abstract method, then in the implementation class, compulsory should provide implementation. Then where is the backward compatibility? Okay, implementation class not required to provide implementation. Then compulsory it should be concrete method, but not abstract method. Here default keyword to indicate that it is the default method. Okay, not related to modifier. Just a default dummy implementation for all implementation classes. So if the implementation class satisfied with this dummy implementation, it can use. If it don't want this, ignore. If the implementation class want to implement in its own style, override. All options are there for the implementation class. Okay. Now there is one very important point you should aware, sir. Sir, what that important conclusion? What is the important point is? Now listen very carefully about this one. Okay. Why we should go for default method without implementation in interface? Bhaskar, compulsory default method should have implementation. Without implementation, no chance at all. You can't declare. We should go for default method without implementation. No, with the implementation only. compulsory default methods should have implementation. Bhaskar, if the implementation is not there, then we should not use the default keyword first. They won't allow. They won't allow in the future. What is the reason for that is, if default method not having implementation, it will become abstract. If it is abstract, every implementation class should provide implementation for that abstract method. Okay, as of now, just aware, default methods should have implementation compulsory. Okay, now I have one small doubt, sir. Remember a bit very carefully about this one. What's my next point is, sir, I'm taking one intrapage interrupt, one intrapage interrupt, public, default string to string, return interrupt default string, like this I'm taking. Interrupt default string like I'm taking. Next, default int hash code I'm taking. Return default int hash code I'm taking. Return some 100. Can you please tell, is it valid or not? What is the problem? Am I doing any mistake? Nagateja, is it valid or invalid? Why you are feeling this one is the invalid? Nagateja, why you are feeling this is the invalid? Yeah. Okay, good. Remember this one. Remember this. Sir, there is a specialty there for this. These methods are object class methods. So object class methods by default available for every class. Okay, getting right? Object class methods by default available for every class. Automatically. Why you have to bring through interface? Meaningless. Array, these methods already available to my test class, because every class in Java is the child class of object. That's why. So overriding or defining object class methods as the default methods inside interface, immediately compiler will give left and right. Remember this. Okay, have a look once. What is that comparative method we are getting? Are you saying default method to string in interface interrupt overriding member of java.lang.object? Are you getting? So why we can't override object class methods as a default methods inside interface? Because by default, these methods are available for every implementation class automatically. Then what is the need of defining those inside interface and make it available to implementation classes? Meaningless, because everywhere these methods are already available. What is the need of defining? That's why remember this one. So we can't override object class. We can't override object class methods as default methods inside interface. Default methods are inside interface. Otherwise, we will get compile time error. Remember this one. Otherwise, we will get compile time error. Okay, like any doubt, friends? Are you in the position to understand why this one? Because default methods should be make available to the implementation classes. But for implementation classes, every object class method by default already available. Then automatically, so what is the need? That's why object class default methods, we can't override as default methods inside our interface. Remember that. Okay. That's it. So this is one very important point you should aware. Now the basic idea, I hope everyone got. What is default method? What is the default method? What is the purpose of default method? Next and after that, we can't override object class. We can't override object class default methods. Like you people should aware. Yeah, Bhaskar, you can ask the doubt. Bhaskar. Yes, correct. But the problem here is there any guarantee your abstract class contains single abstract method? Is there any guarantee your abstract class contains single abstract method? Bhaskar? No. That's why. So you can tell very decently, array my abstract class, I want to take only one abstract method. Like tomorrow, if any new person is coming, if he is using second abstract method, then what about our lambda expression? Lambda expression can implement only one abstract method. But interface don't have a guarantee. Yes, whenever you are taking @functional interface, there is one annotation is there. If you add that, by mistake, if you are trying to add second abstract method, immediately compiler will give left and right. That is the reason why @functional interface annotation came. Getting? Yes, Bhaskar. Even abstract method contain only one abstract method, still we can't implement lambda expression for abstract class, because there is no guarantee. It may contain multiple abstract methods. Then tomorrow there is a chance to fail. Then why I have to allow? Immediately we ask, inside interface also you may add another abstract method. But we have some concept like have you a functional interface, like have you remembered, right? This one annotation is there, @functional interface. If you use this @functional interface, then that interface should contain only one abstract method. By mistake, if you are trying to provide two abstract methods or no abstract method, immediately compile error you are going to get. No, this annotation is applicable only for interface, but not for abstract classes. So do you know abstract class is the more powerful than interface. Wherever interface is required, there I want to use abstract class, it is the meaningless. I told in one example in our regular sessions, Array, for sweeping purpose, you won't recruit the IAS officer. In my perspective, abstract class is more powerful. Abstract class is more powerful than interface. Don't try to replace interface with don't try to replace interface with abstract class. Abstract class can contain implementation also. If implementation is required, then I have to bring abstract class. If only abstract, then better to do that with interface only. Okay, which of the following are valid about the default methods inside the interface? Okay, first option, this concept introduced in Java 8 version. This concept introduced in Java 8 version. Next, the second, the main purpose, the main objective of default methods. The main objective of default methods is without affecting implementation classes. We can add new methods to the interface. We can add new methods to the interface without affecting implementation classes. We can add new methods to the interface. Okay, like that. Next, do you know this is the backward compatibility sake. Next, we can't override object class methods as default methods inside interface. Inside interface. Okay. Next, the fourth one, all of these. Yes, what may be the answer? Which of the following are valid about the default methods inside interface? Sir, answer should be, okay, almost whatever we covered. Just this is the simple conclusion, right? Okay, right, sir. Still, there are some more things are there. In the next session, I will continue.